Hey all, this is 012 Boku coming at you with another movie review, and this time I'm here to review the movie of another classic cartoon nature, and that is, as you can see, Sleeping Beauty. Yes, I'm on this classic, the classic of Sleeping Beauty. Now, before I begin talking about this movie, I have not seen the movie Maleifcent. I would like to see the movie Maleifcent. I've not gotten around to it, but I will hopefully get to see Maleficent at some point. But I've not seen it. I've heard a lot of good things. I've heard it is still one of the best what-if stories in the Disney Kingdom. Number 2 to me would be, for the what-if stories, would be Beauty and the Beast, because I saw that movie, and even though it was the same movie, there was a lot of nice subtle nuances that they added to it, which were, great. They were awesome. But yeah, this is the original Sleeping Beauty, which once again is a great, great film. And within this film, it's pretty, once again, simple fairy tale story about, based on, I think it was the Russian ballet, based on a Russian ballet from, adapted from, Grimm's original fairy tales, I do believe. And what you get is you have a king by the name of Stefan and his queen. They were in a great kingdom all their years. They always wanted a child, never could have a child. The people were happy with them just as it was, but they always wanted a child of some sort. So one day, as per the story goes, King Stefan and his queen birth a daughter. And the daughter is named Princess Aurora, or to the plot point that I'll get at earlier, or I mean not earlier, later, she will become Briar Rose, but her real name is Princess Aurora. And when she's born, there's like a huge celebration. The kingdom's happy, everyone is happy that Princess Aurora is born. It's like a huge upheaval of celebration, like it's a big, big thing. And while she's born, it's almost like sort of like a Jesus Christ wise man thing. Not comparing that completely to that, but it's sort of like that, where people are coming, seeing her birth, paying her homage, giving her gifts. And the three regular fairies, see right on the top there, the blue, the pink, and the green, who are pretty funny in this movie. There's Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, voiced by, see, they have them here, Verna Felton, Barbara Luddy, and Barbara Jo Allen, are, very nicely done. They're like a funny comedy trio of fairies that, get along, they work together, but they also somewhat fight, and there's like weirdness, like I believe it's Flora who is the leader of the group, or she thinks she's the leader, but like I said in the special features of Sleeping Beauty, she's more like the person who comes up with the best ideas, but not really the leader. And then you have Fauna, who basically stays in between Flora and Merryweather, like the middle person, and she always makes the group stay together and be well. And then you also have Merryweather, who is the fairy, who, she's proper, but yet if she gets upset, she will want to show creatures a piece of their mind, or, get involved physically. But anyway, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather come down. They bestow upon their gifts of, everything that they need to. And shoot, I know I just saw it, but I'm trying to remember. I know Flora's was the gift of, now I remember. Yeah, Flora's was the gift of beauty, that, Princess Aurora be forever beautiful, that she's a wonder to behold. And Fauna's was the gift of song, to where she would sing and it would be beautiful, it would be great, it would be magical. Everything would be really right. She'd be a very magical singer, and it would come from the heart, and it would be beautiful. She'd be a lyrical masterpiece in many ways. And then sorry guys, my picture trying to get it back, and the computer is somewhat in that overheating stage, and it's doing what it started doing last time. I could probably be blitzing out, and I'm not going to try to, so I better try to keep my finger on the pad while I do this. And I mean, I'm not trying to make the video go nutty, but anyway, back to it. And then you have Merryweather coming to bestow whatever her gift is, but we never really find out what that true gift of Merryweather's is, because lo and behold, in comes, you see her right there in her regular garb there, right near Princess Aurora, is Maleifcent. And Maleifcent shows up in just grand timing. Like, her entrance into the room is just great. And it's like, it's a slow process. She enters, everybody's like fearful because they know she's like the dark fairy. She's known in the kingdom. She's known for being, I guess you could say she's known for being evil, but I guess the way they portray her in the film is she's known for being unsavory, but who maybe does evil things. And for lack of the better term, shows up and she's like, why wasn't I invited? Everybody's here. How come I wasn't invited to here? And Merryweather just flat out says, you weren't wanted. And, Maleficent's like, not wanted, eh? And, the queen gets fearful, and the queen's like, well, is that okay? We didn't offend you, did we? And, Maleficent in her regular, saucy, evil way, which like, she's elegant. She's elegantly evil. And beautiful in a way, too. Like she plays it well. She plays it straight. Barely do we get to see Maleficent angry in this movie. But, Maleficent places then a curse, after she says everything's alright, on, I wanted to say Cinderella, but sorry, Princess Aurora, and, what, no, sorry guys, doing it again, sorry again, sorry, my dog's hitting my leg, but anyway, Princess Aurora, she puts a curse on her, saying that by the age of 16, if she pokes her finger on a spindle wheel, she will be cursed and she will die. And then after that, Maleficent leaves the room, and like a huge, I think she just leaves in green smoke, and cackles along the way doing it. And the King Stephen's worried, the Queen's worried, they're like, oh my god, is there no way now to save our daughter? She's doomed. But then Merryweather, has her wish, and she says, well, on that fateful day of 16, if she tries to touch a spindle, if she does, instead of dying, I will counteract the death spell, and she'll just be put into a deep, deep sleep. And well, a deep, deep ageless sleep. Let me refrain that, a deep, deep ageless sleep. And what goes on is that after that day, King Stephen and the Queen, they order every spindle wheel to be burned, so Princess Aurora never, touches one to hurt herself. But then at the same time, you have Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather trying to come up with a plan to save Princess Aurora, and they actually come up with a plan to basically have, themselves become three maids in an abandoned village, where they're going to take care of Princess Aurora, but Princess Aurora can't know she's a princess, so they take her as a baby, and they rename her Briar Rose, to where she's going to live out there in the countryside. And in many ways, she's also promised, at birth, to, you see him a little bit back there, him right there, fighting Maleficent, is the awesome dragon, Prince Philip, at birth. And at first, Prince Philip isn't, mesmerized with her. But then what we have is the movie goes on to Princess Aurora's, 16th birthday, and Prince Philip, who I would assume would have to be maybe 18, 19, probably, yeah. Well, no, yeah, maybe about 19, 20 years old in the film. It goes on to him, and, basically, not Briar Rose, Merryweather, Flora, and Fawn are planning a birthday party for Princess Aurora, and they're also going to bring her back to the castle to get married. And what happens is you have Princess Aurora just going around in the forest singing with a bunch of animals, and just like letting her voice go out. And the cool thing was, the actress who plays Princess Aurora, hold on here, let me find it again. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. Her name, Mary Costa. The woman who plays Princess Aurora in this movie, Mary Costa, she was not only the actress, and I thought there was no way she was the same voice, but she's also the singing voice too, which is why I guess Walt Disney wanted her for this film, because her voice was high, but she could reach really high pitches, and that's why they wanted her too. And I guess it was the same way with the Prince Philip, who is voiced by Bill Shirley in the this movie. And I forgot to mention too, Maleifcent is wonderfully voiced by Eleanor Audley, who did a fantastic job too. And basically when Princess Aurora is out and about, she's just doing a regular thing, singing, and she catches the attention of Prince Philip, and it becomes a quick thing of Prince Philip likes her, she likes him. They don't care about, she doesn't know about her royalty. She's like, I want to marry a prince, but I can't do that because I'm just a maid. Prince Philip wants to marry her, and he doesn't care about a princess that he's been betrothed 2 years ago. He wants to marry this beauty right here. And the story will go on, and there'll be dangers, and Maleficent will rear its ugly head, because I can't go on if none of you have seen the original movie without ruining it further, because as you guys know, in my reviews, I do reviews where I give you the basic plot and what the movie represents. I don't give you the whole thing. Darn it, I swear to God. Oh, I swear to heaven. I'm sorry guys if I'm blitzing out on the thing there. I apologize if my screen is barely staying audible before it goes to a screensaver, so I apologize. I'm trying to keep it so I don't lose my video or progress at all. So I apologize about that again. But overall, Sleeping Beauty is a great movie. This movie is just, it's a great cartoon. It's got lush visuals. I mean, they really spent a lot of time making everything seem seamless, physical, everything feel real. The movements are very real. They spent a lot of time and a lot of animation on this movie. I think they said this movie took 5 or 6 years to make in total. So a lot of effort, went into it. And it's a very magical world, and they wanted the piece to be right. They really wanted this to be in, I guess, the Victorian Renaissance, I believe, or something like that. And they wanted it to fit well. And one of the best pieces of the movie, too, is the music, the score of the movie. And the score of the movie is based upon the actual ballet that was in Russia of Sleeping Beauty. And that's what's focused on here. And let me see really quick, because I know I couldn't find it in the actual film part of it. But let me see if I can find, by just looking at the full cast and bio here, if I can find who did the score for this movie. Because I know, see, and then that's another thing too, when I do this again, I'll have to come back here and I'll have to find the actual directors. Let's see, do they have the score here? See here, sound department, no, so the birds. I'll find it, guys, I'll find the score composer. Let's see, I'm trying to see. Oh, here we go. There we go. Yeah, music adapter George Bruns. That's who it was, George Bruns. And I forgot he's mentioned in the credits too, but I always seem to forget that. But George Bruns originally did the music adapted from the ballet, which was beautiful, which was just a great thing to do, and you know, it was a great thing to just see and enjoy, because the music is great. And once again, probably one of the best things in this movie is Eleanor Audley as Maleficent. Even if Eleanor Audley didn't do the voice for Maleficent, Maleficent as a character by herself in this movie is just powerful. There's a beauty to her evil which is unprecedented, and it is just enjoyable to see just how it just sticks out and how well it played through with this movie. And you know, whenever Eleanor Audley gave her speeches or Maleficent was on screen, it was enjoyable. And basically, when you look at this movie for main characters, yeah, you could say it's Prince Philip or Princess Aurora, but considering they barely have any lines and that they both are like a catalyst to the movie, but when I look at this movie for lines and just character development and speech, that is basically Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather and Maleficent, because they're the ones who are in this movie the most and, you know, have the most stuff going on for them. And, you know, once again, Maleficent was just a joy. And I have to say, when she becomes that dragon to stop Prince Philip, one of the coolest things in that movie is just like she's a cool type of dragon. It's just cool to see that she would go to that length to stop Prince Philip from getting to Princess Aurora to perform the kiss. That's all I'll say. The kiss in the movie when Princess Aurora, you know, when something with her curse happens to her, I won't say what, but something will happen to her if you guys haven't seen the original movie. And you know, just everything that goes in. But Maleficent just plays an awesome dragon in this movie. She's like an evil Western type dragon, and it's just really cool to see. And I mean, overall, just beautiful animation, just great film, and it really is one of, you know, Walt Disney's best. I mean, you know, I know a lot of people like to give credit to, like, Snow White and Pinocchio, and I like those too. I like Snow White and Pinocchio, but when you put it on, you know, a palette of the same as Sleeping Beauty, I think Sleeping Beauty trounces those films. I mean, because don't get me wrong, like for instance, what is it? Snow White. Like, Snow White is going to be forever an immortal classic film. Nothing will touch it. But if you were just to say what was better, I would say Sleeping Beauty is always better than Cinderella, just by certain touches and things. But either way, that is how that is. And I mean, you know, personally, you guys learned, like, what I loved about this movie. What do you guys like about the cartoon of Sleeping Beauty? You know, and not Maleficent, not the live action. What do you guys like about the cartoon movie of Sleeping Beauty? You know, do you love it for its score, its animation, Maleficent, the other characters? You know, do you like it because maybe it was just a favorite of yours growing up as a kid? You know, shoot me a reason for why Sleeping Beauty works for you. And if I did say Cinderella at any point during this interview, when I was actually talking about Sleeping Beauty, I meant Sleeping Beauty and not Cinderella. Sorry, I've got Cinderella in my head right now for some weird reason. It's odd, but forgive me. But other than that, yeah, leave a comment. And this is All-12 Boku, getting at you with another movie review, and I hopefully will be at you with another movie review soon in the future as well. Alright? Take care, guys.